I have a problem. I'm stuck. I don't know where to begin in solving this problem. To be quite frank, I don't want to take the time to figure this out myself right now. So I figure, what better way to get help than calling myself on Zoom for help? They'll have at least my knowledge, if not more. I figure I could save time bouncing ideas between us. You know what? That's exactly what we're gonna do. Let's find out how this goes, shall we? Hey Joe, how's it going? Not too bad, Joe. You? Not bad. Very busy as usual. Same. Well, I've been doing a lot of migration related stuff recently. Oh, how's that going? Not bad. It can get tiring real fast though. So, you caught up with everything? No. You? I never get to that point. Same. Well, you previously mentioned you needed help with some auto hotkey stuff. Yeah, I figured I could save time getting help from you. Should I share my screen? Sure. Okay, so I start by telling you what this code does first. Yeah. So this code essentially saves where I left off in a video I'm currently watching to a bookmark in Media Player Classic. It overwrites my previous bookmark with the click of a button. Very cool. Problem is, it doesn't say the timing to the bookmark properly now, even though it knows which video I saved. I don't think I changed anything, but it used to work just fine. Can you demonstrate what happens? Yeah. So if I open up Media Player Classic and navigate to my bookmark, as you can see, this is a correct video, but it should have taken me to where I left off and not the very beginning. Well, let's take a look at your code and see what's happening. So you're getting the time code as part of the window text? Yeah, it's in there. Then you're parsing out the time code? Yeah. What does text result do? So when I parse out the time code, it gives me the character position of the time code rather than the actual time code itself. So text result will take that character position and parse it out with the correct number of characters. Ah, so TimeNum converts that time code to the format the bookmark actually uses, which is stored in the Windows registry behind the scenes. Ah, that's cool. What does that loop do? The loop gets the full path of the video I'm currently watching. So this essentially gets the title of the media player window, which happens to be the title of the video itself. It then scans that title through a bunch of directories and subdirectories until it finds the full path. Ah, so that adds the entry to the registry. What does that other stuff do? So for whatever reason, the modifier keys get stuck down when I run this script sometimes. It could be a glitch with AutoHotkey or Windows. I honestly have no idea. But virtually releasing those modifier keys fixes it, so whatever. Then the rest of the code just moves the mouse cursor so I can tell that it successfully worked when I'm watching the video in full screen. Okay, so TimeNum is what goes in the registry? Yeah. It's the correct value getting added? Let's see. So if I were to add or check TimeNum, don't forget it's not part of that loop. Let's see what it gives us. So if I reload, navigate somewhere in the video, doesn't look like it. It's blank. I think we're finding the culprit. How about text results? Is that correct? Find out. Man, I really need to create a reload. I'm gonna add a keyboard shortcut that allows me to reload with a keyboard shortcut. So if I press 1R, I'll just have it reload. I like to do that with AutoHotkey scripts sometimes. Okay, let's try that. Still blank. Try the text. All right. Now I should be able to reload like this. Ah, do you see what's going on? To be honest, I have absolutely no clue. Well, try opening a video over an hour and displaying time num again. All right. So I think this video right here should be over an hour. Yeah. Oh, and then you said time num. Okay. Wait, what? I guess my regular expressions must not handle videos less than an hour, huh? Yeah, that's probably it. Try the video less than an hour with the text. All right. I'll just do the text. And then the video less than an hour. Huh. I guess it is different. Yeah, it looks like you not only need to match hour, minute, second format, but also minute, second, that sort of thing too. Oh, great. I was hoping to not screw around with this script again. What should I change? Well, you could match the number, and then there could be optional colons and numbers after that. So let's say you have this time code right here. Not sure if you can see that, but this would obviously be represented by one or more numbers, followed by an optional colon and one or more numbers. But you could have zero or more of those, and then it should be able to handle any time code you give it. What expressions should I use? Well, delete that last colon 0 through 9 plus right there. Okay. You see that colon 0 through 9 plus there? Yeah. Group that around parentheses. All right. And add an asterisk after, so 0 or more of those. Okay. That should handle anything now. Maybe try text result. Huh? See what text result gives you now. Oh, right. Okay. Well, looks like the expression matches something. Now it's a matter of parsing out the correct number of characters at this point, it looks like. Mm-hmm. Try the hour plus video, make sure that still works. All right. Nice. Yeah. Now I need to accommodate the parsing. So it looks like you're currently parsing 8 characters with 2 colons right now. What you could do is reparse the string with 5 characters. After it initially parses, check if there's only 1 colon. How do I do that? I think you can create an if statement and say if text result, not the count function with a capital C, equals 1. Then underneath, do 5 characters instead. Where do I do that? Right below text result. Okay. So if text result dot count equals 1, then yeah, just do 5 characters instead. Now I'll do the shorter video. All right. That didn't work. Try 3. We might not have removed enough. All right. That still didn't work. See if the count function is valid. Okay. So, guess I'll just create a message box that checks test result dot count. Nope. I guess there's no such thing. I think the replace function could keep track of how many items are replaced. What you could do is replace a colon with another colon, but you could keep track of how many times that happened, effectively counting how many colons there are. That's genius. I never would have thought of that. How does that work? Right below text result, I think you could do the str replace function, capitalizing each word. Okay. The first parameter is what has a colon, so text result. Do I need that around percent? No, I don't think so. Then what you're searching for is a string, so a colon. Then what you're replacing it with, which is a colon also. Then a variable to store the count, so put a variable for that, okay? And check that count variable instead, all right? So I'll check count instead. Try that. Okay. And since I trust that it'll work, I'll just get rid of that message box. Oh, and do 5 characters like before. Okay. Man, you're a genius. I never would have thought of that. That's the power of not being impacted by this myself. I'm not caught up in it like you are. Well, I appreciate the unbiased perspective. No problem. All right, let's see if time num works now. Okay. Oh, great. Oh, it looks like time num needs different formulas for each format as well. Oh, good point. I wish I would have realized that sooner because we probably could have done different regular expressions for each formula and everything else. Yeah, well, at least we can count how many colons we have now. We can probably use that for our if statements with the formulas. Oh, good point. Suppose you could use that statement to create it there, but create ones for 2 colons and 0 also. Okay. So, yeah, that's a good idea, actually. So if the count's equal to 2, then I'll just do what I've always been doing. If the count's equal to 1, then yeah, we're doing 5 characters. Except the formula is going to be something like this. I just don't want to mess with the character range, so I'm adjusting it like this. And this becomes 60. And put braces around that. Then I'll create one for a count of 0 as well, if that looks correct. So if it's equal to 0, then I do 2 instead. You know, is there really such thing as 0 colons? I don't think I've seen that anywhere before. Oh, good point. Probably not. Well, regardless, it should be able to handle anything now. Let's try this once. Oh, nice. Let's make sure it works with the hour, minute, second video too. Sweet. This was annoying me so much before. It's such a relief to see this working again. Thanks a lot for your help. I really appreciate it. No problem. My pleasure. Glad you got your problem fixed. Yeah, now I'm finally at a point where I can create a custom voice command. Oh, what do you mean? Well, I've been programming a custom voice assistant called Minecraft, which allows me to create custom voice commands that execute the command line using Python, meaning I can do virtually anything with it. I use it with SSH for other computers. I think Media Player Classic has a command to play favorites, including the one I automatically bookmark. Here, let me see if I can get the command figured out real quick. Okay, so I think what I'll do is I'll launch command prompt, navigate to the directory of installation. So in program files, just go to Media Player Classic. Using the executable, I should be able to issue something like play favorite. That's interesting. And then the title of the favorite, which I believe is video resume. I guess there's no such thing. I'll probably have to fetch the time from the registry. What's the command for getting a registry entry again? I think it's reg query, then the path to the key. Okay, thanks. So the key is right there. Oh, great. How might I filter this down to what I want? I think the same way you specify which entry you're modifying, you can show just that. Oh, like this? Yeah, I think so. Ah, perfect. Now I need to get the command figured out. Okay. So I think Media Player Classic uses the open switch to specify the file, and I forget how to jump to a time code. Look at the help again. Okay. Oh, start milliseconds. Keep in mind, you may have to convert the time code to milliseconds. Oh, great. How might I do that on the command line? Well, let's break it down one step at a time. I do have to go pretty soon, but we could at least start this. I appreciate your help once again. No problem. Alright, let's see if we can get the time code figured out. I think Windows has a find str command you could use. Look at the help for that. Okay. Scroll up. Okay. Oh, looks like you use /R. So pipe the reg query command with that. Okay. Then I think in quotes, match one or more numbers. All right. No, nothing. Try adding video resume semicolon to the beginning. All right. Oh, that's interesting. Well, that worked. So, how are we going to get the time code since we can't match that alone? I don't know. Maybe you could do a capture group around the number. Okay. Still works. That's good news. Okay, but how do we get the time code alone since we can't match that? Look at the help again. Scroll up. You know, I was just thinking, would it be easier to do this in AutoHotkey? I thought about that, but I was hoping to not create another script if possible. You know, why don't we do that? Because it might be easier. If it works, then obviously go with that. Fair enough. It might be worth the hassle. So I'll just create a new AutoHotkey script. And since we're testing the registry stuff, I'll just call it something like test query, whatever. So I just execute the registry query stuff here. I think AutoHotkey might have built-in registry commands since it uses Windows API functionality. Look it up and see. All right. I'm going to get rid of this here. Let's try this. Yeah. Okay, so just use reg read, the output to save that to, the path to the key, and the value I probably will specify. So reg read, I don't care what this is called, we'll just do the registry variable. Path to the key should be this one right here. Then I believe the value was name 0. So then I'll just check the registry variable. See what that gives us. Oh, nice. It shouldn't be too difficult to parse a number from here. How do I do that again? I can't remember. I think you could use regex match. So put that function before message box. All right. I think the first parameter is a registry variable. Okay. Does that need to be around percent? No, I don't think so. Then I think in quotes you can match one or more numbers. Okay. And lastly, a variable to save to, which could still be the registry variable. Okay. Try that. Okay. Oh, nice. This may not look like much, but it makes my life feel complete in a sense. Yeah, I know what you mean. It's an amazing feeling when things finally work. Yeah, it sucks how much time and energy it takes sometimes to get to the destination. Yeah, the journey can be a pain sometimes, but that's what makes the destination all the more rewarding. I mean, if you didn't need my help on this, I don't think you'd appreciate solving this problem nearly as much. Well, I mean, I guess. I just feel like for some things, I'd actually have a stronger appreciation having time saved instead. Yeah, I know what you mean. It definitely depends on the circumstances and what it is, but for the most part, I think this still holds true. Yeah, I guess so. It's just that there's only so much time in life and you only live once. Fair enough. Alright, should we see if we can get things figured out? Yeah, let's not waste that precious time we were talking about. True. Okay, so we have the time. Now we need to get the command figured out. Okay, so I think I can probably just use this format right here and adapt it according to our command. Ah, shoot, I just realized I'll have to specify the path to Media Player Classic and the path to the video I'm watching too. I may have to get that from the registry. You know, I was just thinking, you said your voice assistant uses Python? Yeah, I could issue the command and I see what you're saying. Yeah, that probably would be a better option for this. I failed to see the bigger picture. Yeah, that happens sometime. But this definitely serves as a reminder to look at the bigger picture before doing things that require lots of technical thought. Yeah, we probably could have saved time if we gave things a little more thought. Well, I had to go in a few minutes. Do you have any last minute questions? Well, I suppose we could probably real quickly think about how I would do everything in Python to make sure I could do that. Sounds good. So I would run the registry query stuff so I can parse it out in Python. Sounds right. What do you use to run commands? os.system. That should work, but if I remember correctly, I don't think it returns the output of the command. Assuming that's true, you might need to see if there's another function that can do that. Oh, great. I don't want to potentially switch libraries because there's a bunch of configuration I had to do with Python dependencies and stuff. What dependencies are you using right now? OS for os.system. I think there might be another function in OS that returns the actual output of the command, so you might not actually have to switch dependencies. I'll look into that. I really hope you're right. Yeah, that would be nice. Then I think parsing should be pretty simple in Python. Yeah, I think what I could do is use the split function with a semicolon and then just access the corresponding element as needed. Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah, then I should be able to issue the Media Player Classic command and play the favorites. That'd probably be easier in Python than AutoHotkey. Yeah, I currently need special formatting with it right now, so I imagine it'll be similar to how I have my other commands. Yeah, that sounds like a solid plan. The only thing I can think of is you might have trouble if your path has spaces in it. You'll possibly either have to use special quotations or some other technique that treats the spaces properly. Probably. Well, thanks again for your help. I definitely saved time compared to trying to figure this out myself. No problem. My pleasure. Let me ask you a quick question. Sure. If we're the same person, then why did you get help from me instead of figuring it out yourself if we're the same person? I mean, what's the point? Well, I figure having a second set of eyes is always helpful, especially when I'm caught in the middle of things. It really helps having an unbiased perspective with these things. Yeah, that's why you should take a break if you're stuck on something. Sometimes solutions randomly emerge in the middle of nowhere when
Exactly. I think this serves as a reminder to look at things from a bigger picture before getting too caught up in things.
Yeah, that's why you should take a break if you're stuck on something. Sometimes solutions randomly emerge out of nowhere when mulling over stuff. You sort of block that when being caught up and potentially brain dead.
Yeah, man. Sometimes you just have to let your mind roam when it's stuck and let it free itself.
Yeah, that's a really good point. It's so underrated and overlooked. Why do you think that is?
Well, sometimes it doesn't feel like it's gonna work, and it can sort of feel like a big gamble, especially under a tight schedule.
True. That's one reason not to do things last minute, even though I'm aware that it's very much easier said than done. I know because I'm atrocious when it comes to that.
Same. I suppose that's something we could probably improve on now that I think about it.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I suppose that's one way we could grow as a person.
Exactly. Here's to us improving ourselves as one person.
Well, I really must head out now. I have a lot of stuff I want to get done yet.
Thanks again for your help. I really appreciate it.
No problem. If you have any other questions, feel free to reach
That's
out.
not really necessary, is it?
Not since we're the same person. We just have to mull things over as previously discussed or get help from other people or
True.
resources.
Well, good luck with everything and have a good rest of your day.
Thanks, you too.
Well, I say that went pretty well. I got my problems fixed and everything works as you would expect. It's unfortunate that I didn't have enough time to help myself with everything else, but at least I know where to go from here. I have the most important stuff now, so it's a matter of taking the time to do it at this point. In all seriousness, though, did you know I did something very similar to this a few years ago, back before platforms like Zoom were popular? If you want to check that out, click here for an excerpt of my favorite moments, including a moment where I unintentionally swallowed wrong, which sort of threw a grip on my original plan. Or else click here if you want to see the full uncut version of that. Otherwise, that's it. So if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, feel free to let me know. I'll try to get to you as soon as possible. Otherwise, yeah, I think that's it. So thanks for watching and have a good one. Peace.